Howdy, hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. Usually my YouTube videos are very well scripted and they're written out probably about a week in advance. Then I spend a few hours editing these videos and compiling all the audio and making sure everything looks crisp and clear because I want to give you guys precise information and precise thoughts. But today is going to be a little bit different because I am miserably disappointed with what the fuck I just seen today. In case you guys been living under a rock, the day before finally released today, we seen this game in real time get hit with an overwhelmingly negative response on Steam. A couple of hours after the game came out, the day before Discord got locked down so nobody could type in it, and that was after they put chat on a 2-hour slow mode. And you also can't join their Discord right now because the invite link is no longer working. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I had some hope with the day before, and I know that's gonna sound crazy because I've made videos before talking about how much I hate the day before, how much I think the game is gonna suck on launch, but I'm telling you guys, I gave it another chance because with the trailers that were coming out, I genuinely thought we had something there to be excited for. But what I seen today was the straw that broke this camel's back. Now there are a few things I do want to say that are probably in defense of the day before, but again, I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm impressed by anything that they've done, especially with a $39.99 USD price tag that will jump to $49.99 once it gets out of early access. Speaking of which, they said they're going to get out of early access in about 6 to 8 months, which I think is complete bullshit. You cannot sit here and convince me otherwise. I'm sorry, you just can't do it. Once you were able to join a lobby and play, the game ran pretty damn smooth. The people I seen play usually had anywhere between 60 and 120 frames inside of the game itself. Some of the animations looked really well done, and the overall environment just had a whole lot of ambient dread to it. Outside of things that are pretty much just solely visible, this game disappointed me more than an absent father. If you were able to play this game for more than an hour, go ahead and go play the lottery. You are one lucky son of a bitch. Also, I just could not help but realize that there were no zombies. A game that is focused on zombie survival is not a zombie survival game just because you add 3 or 4 zombies roaming the street and popping out of cars. You're talking about a heavily populated city that's being quote unquote overrun by zombies in a zombie apocalypse, but there's no zombies anywhere. What type of fucking experience is that? Definitely not a $40 one. To be quite fair, you could blame almost 100% of this anger on their terrible marketing. Let's just set aside the fact for a minute that their PR is absolute dog shit and they spent months in silence while we were patiently waiting to see if this game was real or not. If you go back and look at all the press materials and all the gameplay trailers for the day before and compare them to what we just got yesterday, you could say these bastards straight up lied about what they gave us. And I'm not afraid to admit it. I think these guys straight up lied. Do I think the game is a scam? You could say so. You can treat it like it's a fucking scam. I think it is a large amount of deception and depravity. And before I get off the whole marketing topic, it just seems like to me that the features that they advertised in their marketing are not even in the game. Stuff like user trading, non-existent. House building, severely anemic and underwhelming. PvP and clan interactions are absolutely non-existent right now. Basic shit that they marketed is not even in the game. What I think is absolutely hilarious is that they gave out keys to creators who previously talked shit about the day before, hoping that a free key would change their mind on the prospect of it, hoping that a free key would possibly change their mind on the outcome of this game. Then to see all of these guys who got a free key immediately say, what the fuck is this shit? It was music to my ears, man. It was music to my ears. It made my soul happy. It hurt me a little bit because my expectations were crushed, but I'm so glad people have started speaking their minds about this game. The only huge creator I've seen so far actually defend the day before is Dr. Disrespect. And while playing the game, he said that it wasn't that bad and people are just kind of overreacting to it. To be honest, I'm not that impressed that he thinks that this experience is anything more than mediocre, considering the fact his game is absolute dog shit, but you know, that's neither here or there. We are talking about a game that had more unpaid volunteers than actual employees, and a game that supposedly took years to make, and it's getting bested by games that have already been on the market for at least 5 or 6 years. Mytona, you guys are dog shit. Fntastic, you guys are dog shit. This game is absolute garbage. And if it wasn't an issue with zombies just being bullet sponges, there's no melee attack in the game. Yeah, no melee attack. I have played some of the worst zombie survival games on the planet. I've also played some really bad survival games in general, and even those had melee systems built out. Let's go ahead and add something new to the list of shit you can't do. You can't vault over objects. So if you're out in the open and you want to duck behind cover, you're shit out of luck. You gotta run around the fucking object first just so you can hide behind it. And for a game that's supposedly been inspired by The Division, you sure as hell can't do even half of what The Division did. Within the first hour of this game launching yesterday, you had people already camping exfil sites. You had people figuring figure out that there was a money glitch. Yeah, every single time you died in the game, you got $5,000. What type of bullshit is that? I have never seen a game reward people for dying. And while we're on the topic of things just not working or not being added into the game, there was no VoIP. Again, how in the hell are you supposed to be called the zombie survival game of the decade and one of the best zombie survival shooters of all time if you cannot get the simplest shit like VoIP to work in your game? That is basic development 101 shit. Another thing I just could not understand for the life of me is that I watched Big Fry stream this game for about 4.5 hours, and during that time he only killed one actual player in the game. I hate to keep bringing it up, but a revolutionary zombie survival MMO should have more than 32 players in one lobby. The map is way too damn big for only 32 people to be in there. I'm gonna remind you that there are currently games in Steam's early access portal right now that allow for bigger lobbies on smaller maps. Again, I'm gonna stop calling it a zombie survival game or a zombie survival MMO. It's none of that. It's an open world MMO at the very, very most. Open world, yeah, I'll give you that all day. MMO, no, not at all. You know, over the past few years, we've always had this little argument go on amongst each other within the gaming community of, oh, is the day before real? Is it not real? Is it gonna come out? Is it not gonna come out? And to be honest, I didn't think it was gonna come out. And to be quite fair, I wish it would have gotten the X-Defiant treatment and stayed permanently dormant. This has to be the worst game of 2023. So in a couple weeks, when my worst games of 2023 list drops on this channel, this game is going to be the #1 worst game of 2023. I'm just gonna go out on a record and say that this has been the worst game of the 2020s. And we have had a lot of shit games get shoveled through Steam and end up on my library. I played Dead Matter, and your game is just as bad. You know, Fntastic was sitting here for the longest time saying that this was the #1 most wishlisted game on Steam, and now it's the #1 most refunded game on Steam. And they deserve it. Every bit of it. They deserve none of this success. They deserve none of this shit. I don't want to see this game die off and be just another piece of abandonware that's plaguing the early access storefront, because if a game like this fails in early access, it really does hurt indie developers who are pushing their games into early access, who are genuine developers, who are making passion projects, who are making really goddamn good shooters and extraction shooters and whatever game they want to make. It hurts them severely. But you know what also hurts me severely? The fact you didn't like and sub to the channel. No, but like besides that, the fact that we have had our hopes up for the past 3 years with this game and we just got shit on. So whenever we turn to the Discord for answers, what happens? They lock it down completely. We get no answers, we get no apologies, we get no updates, we get jack shit. I almost forgot to mention that during the height of everyone's frustration and anger and realizing that most of us just got conned out of $39, which I got my refund for, people started posting on the community forums both maliciously and genuinely giving direct feedback to Fntastic about their game. So what did they do in response? They started nuking posts on the community forums and banning people in the Discord for speaking their mind about a game we have waited 3 years for and people spent $40 on. And I have a damn good feeling that some of these people can't get their money back, because by the time they got into the goddamn game, the 2-hour window for return policy on Steam had already ran up. Now that's some great PR shit right there, Fntastic. Yeah, just awesome. You're on par as usual. Again, $39.99 USD in early access. That is so fucking pathetic. For many YouTubers like myself who have covered this game over the past 3 years, today was the final words that we needed to finish this book out. So I'm not gonna cover the day before anymore. Unless something staggering happens with that game, like the servers get fixed, the game completely changes, or they take the servers offline and delete the game off Steam, I will never touch the day before again on this channel, because to be quite fair, Fntastic and Mytona have pissed on the heads of many creators. They've pissed on the heads of everyone who has tried to support this game, and I'm not gonna stand for it, and you shouldn't stand for it either. Again, I'm sorry that this video is kind of all over the place as far as subject matter goes. I didn't write a script for this. I just turned on Reaper and just started talking. But I do post scripted out and well edited content at least once a week here on this channel, so like and sub for more content like this. And as always, my name is Redbeard Mortis. Speak loud, speak the truth, and I will see you in the next one.